Good morning. You want to see how boring trading is? Today I'm going to show you how boring trading really is. I usually have a lot to say. Nothing left to say right now. What's up, man? So if you haven't realized now, hopefully this time you've realized something. Maybe you learned something this time around. The stock market has nothing to do with the economy. Has nothing to do with earnings. It certainly has nothing to do with what they want you to believe it is. They want you to believe that you need to know about finance and numbers. And there's centuries worth of information and industry and careers and everything built around this. It's all fake. Because this move now proves that it's all fake. I don't want to hear about how people saw this coming too. The bear market bounce, but is it a bear market bounce? We're not in a bear market anymore. Bear market only lasted 11 days officially if you're going to look at statistics, if you're going to base anything in statistics. Or look at it this way. Let's say you did buy stocks and you were thinking long term, but long term has now turned into 11 days. So in 11 days, you've made what normally would take 4 years to make. So now what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to take profits. But if you take profits, you're going to miss out on another 4 years worth of money. So what do? You buy the QQQ on the dip when it got down to 4-year VWAP levels. And I guess you hold on to the rest of your life now. I don't think anything's changed except the stock market. But again, I get into a false sense of security. I think I should be able to go outside and lick people's faces right now. That's how much the market's gone up. We've won, right? It's over. Whatever was going on, turns out it was a hoax. Turns out Trump was right. They were just trying to crash the stock market so he'd look bad. Turns out that none of this is real. Turns out that we didn't really need to be worried about anything. We didn't need the ventilators. We didn't need the masks. Or we do need the masks. They're still saying there's a shortage of masks. But is there a shortage? It seems like every company you see on LinkedIn has donated 1 million masks. Where are those masks coming from? Are there masks? Are there people who are sick? Is any of this? But one thing is for sure, my life force has been sucked from me. I got nothing left right now. I'm just gonna sit here and just watch it go up and ride into the sunset with the QQQ, right? I mean, actively trading a market that only goes up is never a good idea. Yesterday I did one trade and I really talked about it very slowly all day. JNUG went green and went up about 30%. You don't trade a market that's going straight up. You don't. Day trading is meant for volatility. if there's no volatility, you have to take your day trading down to the minimum, which is looking for reversals. And if there are no reversals, you don't trade. So this could probably be now the most boring couple of days, whether it takes a week, a month for us to actually have a sell-off again. But who knows? Who cares, really? QQQ 178. You got scared there for 10 points. And now, again, I was in the double dip. I was in the camp of we would get a chance to analyze, not saying analysis based on fundamentals, but the V bottom ruins all because you don't get a chance to use support and resistance and your multiple time frames. So now it's basically all or nothing. No, I don't. I didn't trade at all yesterday except for Gino, and I don't plan to do much today. I don't plan to do much ever again, really. I'll just wait for the next reversal. I have no commentary right now, except that I'm glad the market. I have to think at least a few more people now realize that the market is completely disconnected from reality, and that's a good thing because the more you realize that it's never going to make sense, it never will. It does help you trade, knowing that. Treat it like a video game because that's all it is. You can't take this serious. You can't take this serious. You can't do proper analysis on any time frame based on anything other than price. Costco, Uber, airlines, Tesla. So that's it, man. I've got nothing left to say because it's already been said. This market just proved every conspiracy theory, every far out thing that I've said. Here it is. We've done it again. There is no risk. The risk is whether or not you can wait it out. Risk. Why is anything risky? Why? If the government's going to keep coming to the rescue of the stock market, there inherently is no risk. There's no risk here at all. No risk at all. One or two airlines, one or two cruise ships might have a little problem, but they'll just merge. The government will come to the rescue. They'll probably save more than not. And inevitably, when there really is a cure or whatever, as if this virus was real, I'm believing it's a hoax now. I know there was people I know in the hospital, but so I'm going to sit here and just try to find one trade. I'm looking at Ameren this morning because they reported earnings. So Ameren, JP Morgan. You want to see how boring trading is? Yesterday and today. Unless the market rolls over and goes red today, that would be exciting, somewhat. Hey, good morning. Can I get a sound check? All right. So my goal here will be to talk even slower than yesterday. So let's go back to that JNUG trade, right? So JNUG, it held the VWAP and then it broke back over the VWAP and went green, otherwise known as the ass crack 1 minute reversal. And then it went up. I don't know if anybody caught a stock that went from 585 to $7. Let's do the math together. So what do we do? Again, I am not exactly sure how to do anything anymore. So if you buy something at 585 and you sell it for 7, so that's $1.15, right? Divided by 585. Is that how you do it? 20%? No, it doesn't even sound. That doesn't even sound like. It feels like it was more than 20%. I guess 10%. No. Yeah, I guess 10%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20% a day. So you're making 20% a day. It's fantastic. Wow. Dan, you got about a day left because, man, if you start talking about after the fact, the reason I spoke really slow yesterday was specifically for you. Because I knew at the end of the day, you'd say, I didn't hear you mention JNUG. But, okay. You got a couple of days left, buddy. Sorry. But you don't need us anyway. You're doing your own thing, man. It's all right. I entertain everybody for a moment. And then it's good luck. I'll talk even slower today. I know you're hard of understanding because you just contradicted yourself. First you said you didn't hear me, then you said you did, and you were on to other trades, and now you're saying you didn't hear me again. So which is it? Did you not hear the JNUG trade? Because it was one trade yesterday. I did. And basically sat here, did do not anything. So did you not hear about the JNUG trade, or you did? Which is it? Were you on to other things? JNUG. Yeah, there it is. So which is it? You heard it. You saw the trade. You saw the setup. Again. Okay. So then you obviously really have no point in being here, no offense, but if you're not watching what I was doing, really was the one trade that I was doing. And I was deliberately talking real slow. Are they burying people? Do you see the charts up here? I'll go over the JNUG trade again. There was one other trader a bit later on in the day. It was Codex. Coincidentally, it just popped up there. So again, I don't know if I could continue to talk about one trade all day, but basically what I did all day yesterday, because it was my only trade. So JNUG this in the morning sold off, and then it rallied back to the 1 minute. Once it didn't break down, that convinced me that might have been the V bottom here. So I'm not convinced about anything until something breaks back over the VWAP. So once it got over here and then here, we're buying it. And we're looking for it to go green. Failed to go green. Pulled back, never got to our entry price. This one, we're thinking, here we go. Nope. Yeah, you didn't need a multi-day on this one. It was 1 minute. But really, what it was about was going green. So once it went green, added to the position, and then it became just money management after that. And then basically the day was over. I just sat with the same trade the whole day. But later it presented itself again, considering it held over the VWAP and was consolidating. Here's another consolidation break through a half number. I kind of like that trade too. Chopping around at the upper range. And then boom. I'm going to talk really slowly about this one too. Uvxy short. And then we talked about the financial stocks will all be up today because we're in a bull market. And bull markets rotate from sector to sector. So sector that was the weakest yesterday would probably be strong today. And yeah, they're all gapping up now. Considerations I make when I don't buy. I don't buy. I don't buy a lot of things. I don't know what that question means. But here's a little tip of information. Most people let me rephrase that. Don't trade a bull market aggressively. Worst is when you sell something for a loss and then it's up the next day. Bull market. Bull markets, if there's ever been a time to only trade reversals, it's in a bull market. Otherwise, you just hold on to your QQQ position and enjoy. If I do a day trade today, I guarantee you it'll be who's that? Is there a humble trader chick who talks about VWAP? Cool. Yeah, send her my number. This is where I'm the best, not trading. It's taken me 25 years to get to this point. Why would I trade where any trade I do is probably going to be not as good as not trading? If I was to take even a 1 penny loss on a long trade, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to me right now, unless it's a reversal to the downside, because chances are there's nothing I want to buy. We've been going straight up for 3 weeks now. I'm not very excited about buying anything unless it was a stock that's gapped down and goes green. So it's the same trade every day. Nothing ever changes. And once again, nothing ever changes about the stock market never going down. So again, if you want to say, but I thought you said the market never goes down, did it go down? Was it down? What if you just woke up like yesterday? It's not really that significant, right? Unless you were there experiencing the terror in the futures market. J-Nug, no. J-Nug, it rallied to the VWAP. Got rejected. Never made a new low. And then got back over the VWAP and broke over the ass crack, as we call it. That's your entry. And then it went green after consolidating above the VWAP. Hey, have you been here since I've been mentioning shorting Uvxy? No, you probably haven't. You haven't heard me mention that one either, I'm sure. Shorting calls, Uvxy. Yeah, it is. You can short it. You can sell calls. You could short it. You could buy SVXY. You could short it. You could buy put spreads. Anyway, that's really what I'm doing now. Most of my money's locked up in shorting Uvxy. So I'm glad, because I'm really not planning on doing much of anything. But if there's a reversal, I'll try to find it. So I'm going to spend most of my time today looking at the same stuff I look at every single day. Not that there's any risk in the market, apparently, but intraday, stocks get choppy, they whip around, you lose money, and the next day they're going to be higher. I'm not putting my money at risk when I know tomorrow they're going to be up again. So right now, unless it's a reversal, probably to the downside, I'm not really interested in trading. There is no thesis on J9 at all. It's just a number and a chart, which is kind of the point of my whole existence. And it's all price, momentum, fear, and greed. I'll admit, listen, I traded Tesla once or twice down under 400. I told my kids, if I don't hold on to it and it goes back to 900, you can make fun of me. And here we are. At 385, I thought you'd get 350. And that was 3 weeks ago. So that's funny. So yeah, got some cues down there. The Halliburton was fun. I sold most of the Halliburton when it couldn't hold that gap Friday. So now there's no other trade than the reversals. So we're starting fresh. We're going to see if we can get a new streak of earnings reversals going this quarter. They've been pretty good. I am still going to sell premium on the Uvxy. I've got about 80. I could do 8 more. I've got just enough money where I can sell 8 more. I'm out till January. I started selling. Oh, by the way, CL. Is our man out of his position yet? I can't even. I don't understand. I don't understand. At least I'm not that guy shorting the market, trying to make sense of it. All right, so Ameren. I'm looking at Ameren. Ameren's the only one that I don't care which direction it goes in. I might play it once it comes out of this range. You're still in the bigger range. But here, check this out. It just came out of the bottom. He broke back over the VWAP. So the stock's been as high as 695, so that's important to remember. High as 720. And JP Morgan, wow. What else do we have now? See, I hate that my number one trade is something that not everybody can participate in. There are ways to short Uvxy by selling naked calls. You can do a put spread, which you buy the in the money ones, sell out of the money. We should be at 35, not too soon is the word I was looking for. We finally broke under the 55, which got us down to the 47. We're surprised we didn't collapse quicker once we got under 50, but now most of it's done on the gap, as always. Uvxy, that's why I've been selling naked calls on it. And if they're going to keep paying me for 210 points out of the money, I'm going to take the premium. I actually moved more money into my brokerage account so I could short more Uvxy calls. And again, I'm going way out of the money. And I'm just going to sit and I'm going to wait to take their money. And if the VIX ever starts to spike again, I'll cover. Kenny, we should sell off today? ? Why? Why? Just because we're all still locked in our house and the economy is no good, and we're gonna go into a recession. Yeah, but you just trade what you see. If the market starts to go down, there'll be reversals to be had. But I just have to assume that we're never going down ever again until we do. Right now, Uvxy has to go down at least to $35. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to take the guaranteed money right now, and the guaranteed money has been selling out of the money calls in UVXY, no doubt. You know, I mean, if I had some serious ducats, talk about the original sale. The 260s I got for June, I think was the first one I did. I couldn't believe they even made 260. I think it was 260s for 22 bucks for one contract. We're never going to see that again. Now I'm just watching Amron. Wait, actually, let me get some of these stuff on the board here for us. So we don't care about AIG or Halliburton. This. Amron. There you go. Somebody was paying attention, right? Whatever was red yesterday will be green tomorrow morning. Boom. Payday, right? What are we talking about? Visa, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, MasterCard, Wells Fargo. Didn't matter what they reported. No matter what they reported, they have an excuse to do poorly, not so poorly. Doesn't matter. The whole market's priced in now. So Amron and JP Morgan, right? I think that's what we're looking at this morning. Wells Fargo, Johnson and Johnson, J&J. I don't know if Cons was a real, if that's reported, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really trade fast. That one is usually a little bit too illiquid. But I'll let you know as soon as I start selling naked calls on the Qs. I mean, sorry, naked. I'm actually ready to, we did sell some puts on the Qs going out to the end of the year. All right, so for you fading gap people, usually that's the name of the game. Short some stocks when the market gaps up and play the fade, right? So the idea, again, JP Morgan, keep an eye on the Amron in case it goes negative immediately. JP Morgan hitting new highs. I remember VTIQ. Wow, cracked this 1250 already. Just trying to sell some premium on something UVXY. Not going to get anything done. Those options are down to $1 now from 350 from yesterday's 350s. All right. Like I said, not going to be doing too much trading. Still like PCG, you know. It's not as great as it was at $8, but you know, doesn't really matter. You know, if you're looking long term, you got to think of everything as a year from now, right? Hey, Halliburton, nice. I'm trying to sell. Yes, that's not going to happen. I sold the $67 calls yesterday on UVXY. They're worthless already. Charts, everything's going back to all-time highs. What do you need a chart for? And inevitably, airlines, cruises, and hotels will all be at all-time highs too, because why not? Not supposed to make any sense of it. All right. Well, UVXY is just not happening because no one's selling me anything. No one's going to buy premium from me. The jig is up. Stock's down 100 points. I'm sure there's people out there thinking, oh, they should be buying UVXY. Don't buy UVXY. I don't care if it pops 3 points. We've all now realized, right? There's no debate anymore. It always goes down, right? Just got to wait it out. Something interesting. A stock that's going down. Uber. Hang on a second. Let's see. Keep that one on the radar for a short. Oh, by the way, INSG is over $11 now. Hey, what's up? $11.15. Anybody own a stock that's hitting all-time highs right now? Well, if you own INSG, you do. Pretty awesome. Still waiting for Ameren to come out of this range it's in here, so pretty good stock to be watching if you don't want to do anything. Not doing anything. I'm selling premium on Uvxy. I'm on the offer of about 15 or 20 different contracts trying to sucker people to buy them from me. No one's going to buy them from me. Trying to sell premium out to, I mean September's, January's, and next March's, because there's going to be a premium. There's going to be one more premium suck out, and all this stuff's going to be at zero soon. So you're not going to be able to do this trade. But I'm trying to sell September 180s now. No one's even buying them. Nobody wants any of this crap. Yeah, I'm not selling those. They're 91 by 264. That's me. I saw a 375 offer, so I threw an offer out there. No one's buying anything. Nobody's that dumb. But then again, every once in a while, I catch somebody who's actually thinking the market. First of all, you have to think the market's going to go down. And then you got to actually think that the Uvxy is a viable way to play it. It's not. Anyway, shh. I'm looking to short something. I can't find anything, so. I don't hate your Netflix idea. Wow. Nice idea right there. You just started ripping down. Netflix short. As soon as you said it, it was at 400. Just dropped 5 points. Too late. You just said it. Nice call. First reversal of the day. Netflix. Nice. Boom. So maybe you do know what a reversal looks like. All right, no one's buying. I got to cancel all these orders. Nobody's going to buy $200 calls from me. I'm going to go out there. I'm looking at, seriously crazy. The 250s for $1 are still, I'll just sell one of those on principle and see if I can get $1.20. Because they're all going to expire worthless. All of these. I don't like selling anything under $2 because at least it's got a little bit more room to fall. If I sell something less than $1, then I'm pretty much committed to expiration. Do I want to stay short the whole time till September? Probably do, but I don't want to keep my money locked up so long. Hey, Halliburton went green. Nice trade. Not if you shorted it and covered it as soon as you mentioned it. Got to be quick, man. You mentioned it, and then it went down $5, and then it came back $5. Wow, fast market, huh? For me, if I was shorting Netflix and it went red, I would have been out of it already. That's pretty much how I trade. Stock went red, take the money. Shorting is basically illegal. So if you can do it and make money. Hey, what do you know? JP Morgan's starting to roll over a little bit. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Cover some, yeah. We're all short Citibank. Citibank about to go negative, people. That's bizarro. Well, Citibank opened at 47.66. Oh, it just went in. I don't even know why I'm trying to do this right now. I'm gonna just chill out. Just gonna watch the Qs go up 10 more points. Wow. No, when you said you were shorting Netflix and then it went down 5 points, I said, nice trade. I thought you were shorted Netflix. I'm not. If you're taking my cues, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here waiting for Uvxy to sell me some calls, man. You want to take my advice? Don't do anything. I'm not getting in the way of a bull market that never stops. And just chilling out right now. Actually, Halliburton wasn't, not a bad idea on the green reversal. See, that's crazy right there. You were saying Netflix, and it went down 5 points, and then suddenly you lost $1,000 on Netflix. So that's actually how trading works. You thought of the idea, then it happened, then you did the trade, then it ripped back the other direction, and you lost money. That's why you have to react and react. You just wow, it's crazy, man. But here you go. First reversal that I've seen is the Citibank. So, wow. Just fucking fucked up, man. Gino up another $1. Wow. I'm glad I picked Amron to watch. You know why? Because I don't want to be trading this market right now. It's all right to take a few days off. Man, I guess I should have bought Halliburton, considering I do like that stock. And it did go green. And it is a bull market. I live with regret. I guess JP Morgan's worth watching for a moment or two more. Really not going to get me to put any money into this market right now. Just going to hang on to the Qs and short the UVXY. Nothing's changed. I'm waiting for JP Morgan. I missed the Citibank. Look, there's really nothing to do. I'll be perfectly straight up. I'm not doing anything. The market's only going up. You don't want to be actively trading this market right now. You want to be in the market. And that's it. I'm not going to stray from the path that I know is the right path. Q's 218. You got 9 more points to go. Maybe you get there today. Maybe you don't. Look, space is up 2 points. There is no God. I mean, come on. I'm done trying to make sense of it. Oh, actually, I've been done trying to make sense of it for a while. But one thing I've learned is don't trade actively in a market that's going straight up. I've learned that, and that's where I am. But JP Morgan and Citibank, there's no denying short ideas are working here. JP Morgan, Citibank shorts. It's really, the only thing that interests me is stocks that are gapped up, that roll over. All right. Seriously, I'm almost to the point I can't even watch this right now because I know where we're gonna be. It's just, what's the point of watching? We got 9 more points to go on the QQQ probably by this afternoon, and then we'll be at 237, maybe 250 by a week and a half from now. The only thing that kept me interested was that Goldman Sachs changed their stance and they said, no, wait, now we think we're going to go higher, which kind of made me think that maybe we weren't going to go higher because those guys suck really bad. All right, well, no one's going to sell me any calls on Uvxy. Oh, well. That trade's not happening. So, yeah. Damn. Just can't do it. Question is, will the market ever have a down day ever again? I mean, I'm just going to go up. If we go up every day like this, we should be at Dow 30,000 by next Friday, right? So hard not to want to take overnights also. Oh, wait a second. Hammering, breaking out to the upside. What do you know? Waited this long to do something. Actually, Citibank wasn't a bad short. JP Morgan's not a bad short. Bank some at the top. I haven't bought it yet. Oh, you're already in it? All right, I'm not done. I'm not touching it then. But Citibank, there you go. Citibank short. JP Morgan short. Well, there it is, my friends. Reversal, follow through, JP Morgan short, Citibank short. There you go. Shut it down. Shut it down now. And Amron, again, I didn't buy Amron because I don't want to ruin your idea. But Citibank short, JP Morgan short. Took a couple of minutes to develop there. And fantastic. I do like Amron, but I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to get any because I don't want to ruin Dem's trade here. So if it breaks 7, look for 715 on Amron. Why don't you call me? When did you buy it? Yesterday? 440? Sevens on Amron, top of the range break. Now you could sell some at 7. Look for 715 and then 750 and then 100. Because remember, in the real bull market, all stocks to 100. Well, that's if they're under 100, obviously. All stocks to 100. The target. If anybody anybody needs to know where I think any stock's going, 100. If it's in between 100 and 200, 200. So Tesla, 1,000. Once momentum starts to go in that. Oh, by the way, JNUG's at $8 now. Wow. Space is $18. Wow. Wow. I couldn't make 10 cents on this at the close. What was it? Friday at $13.20. And now it's up to $18. You see what I'm saying? The less I do, the better right now. So JP Morgan short was interesting, Citibank short, and Amron long when it broke the range top at 685. Let's give it up for INSG. Wow. There's no denying now INSG is the #1 stock in the world. No joke. And I'm not joking. I'm stating a fact. Stock has now rallied from 4 to 12. There are no stocks there's only maybe 1 or 2 stocks that have done that. Coupled with the fact that it's at all-time highs, there's no other stock that's better than this stock right now. But as far as day trading is concerned, Citibank short was pretty good. Again, if we're going to stay disciplined and look for reversals, other than that, shorting Uvxy has been all right. It's just What are we now? 210 on the Qs. So we got 8 more points to go. Might get there today. I mean, is anything far-fetched at this point? I don't believe so. All right. Well, we're on to something here with the bank short, right? Everything else is insignificant. Um, Also, if you're long the JNUGs and the gold, you know, squeeze of the century. These are all up hundreds of percent as well, whether or not you believe they're, you know, fake or not. Interesting. All right. Well, I spent 15 minutes trying to sucker people into buying UVXY calls from me, and nobody's buying it because I guess the jig is up. We all realize UVXY always goes down, and how many contracts can I really afford to hold on to for the next 8 months? By the way, once we have 50% unemployment, I expect the market to rally at least 50% that day when we announce that. So that should be a good day. So at this point, I'm thinking Dow 46,000 maybe by Friday. Next Friday, of course. We don't want to go crazy now. But I'm thinking 46,000 by next Friday. Maybe roughly around 46,000. If you do the math at this pace, 46,000 by next Friday. I don't want to get crazy now, but next Friday. And of course, remember what we'll do now is let's go find companies that are hemorrhaging cash, fired all their employees, have no business model, and are virtually bankrupt. You want to buy all those. I'm talking about cruise lines, airlines, and the like. And now we know also the next time there's some sort of an event around the world, whatever the number is for deaths, if we don't have at least tenfold that, nothing ever will matter. Not that it really matters too much, except for the fact that we're still trapped in our homes. But as long as there's not somebody outside my house dead, I guess that's where we're going to base all of our information. If there's nobody, if the bodies aren't piling up right outside your house, then it's not real. We win. We won again. We won again. By the way, so what Dan was talking about was exactly why everybody loses money trading. You have an idea, you don't do it, then you do it, then it's not a good idea. That reaction time between putting the idea and pressing the button and then pressing the button again, right there, bad idea. Good idea turned bad in the matter of seconds. So the best thing about it right now is that just chill. I gotta tell you, I'm sorry I didn't mention Halliburton, but that was somebody else mentioned Halliburton. How do you deal with the remorse of missing out on a huge trade? Because there's another one tomorrow you're gonna miss out on, right? I could give you any symbol, you missed it, right? It's not like you missed it, it's your fault, right? What were you thinking when Tesla got to 420? I wrote a tweet. I was like, I can't believe it's back at 420, nor do I want to buy it here. And then the next day it was at 385. I was like, I never thought I'd see it here, and I don't want to buy it. And right at that moment, I said to my family, I was like, listen, this is where I sold it on the way up. I never thought I'd get a chance to buy it back. I'm not buying it back right now, except for a day trade. And I was like, when it's back to 700 and you see me moping around the house, telling me to shut up. And here we are. You can't regret something that you weren't going to really do. Were you really going to do it? If you were really going to do it, then you would have done it. And you didn't do it. So you weren't going to do it. You thought about it. But when the Qs got down to 178, that was a target. You bought a little bit, didn't feel good there for another 24 hours. And here we are. Hang on, we're starting to see some selling, a reason to get excited, because you're going to get excited about trading. JP Morgan, let's go back. All right. JP Morgan. Shouldn't we be shorting anything drug related? Because we've won. The virus is, we're cured, right? Everything's all right. Shouldn't we be shorting everything that had anything to do with the virus, right? Any drug stock that had anything going on? We've already won. We won. We won. One guy said, hey, look, if it's only killing old people and weak, wasn't that Thanos' idea in the first place? Snap your fingers, come up with a virus, kill some old people, the weak people. We're just, what's it called? The culling? It's a cleansing. I don't know. Sad. I'm sure somebody would want to punch me in the face if I really thought that when their parents died or something. But I mean, we haven't given a shit about this virus in 3 weeks. Since that Sunday night where I was shitting in my pants, naked Uvxy calls, and Uvxy opened up down. That was it. I mean, that was the end of the bear market. I'm in freaking horror with the numbers that were coming out, freaking out, shorting. You know, I had 5 Uvxy calls naked. I'm thinking I'm going to be down probably 10 grand. And I wake up and I'm up money. Yeah, that's when I realized I hit my bottom. Yeah, nah, it's not going down. When it goes down, we'll short it when it goes down, if it ever goes down again. When UVXY has 3 up days in a row, call me. Right now, JP Morgan, still stalking it. I don't know if anybody did the trade yet, but you got to the 1 minute to the multi-day. And that's Amron's selling it at 7, not a bad trade. Glad I didn't buy anymore. But whoa, uh-oh. I saw some red on the screen and it's psyched. Oh, I'm getting divorced too, so there's that. Did I tell you about that yet? Yeah, that's happening. So my whole life's gonna be turned upside down soon. Yeah, I'm gonna either kill her in her sleep or it's over. Nah, we're not even talking right now, which is it's actually not bad for me because all she ever says to me is things that I have to do and cook and go and pick up people and drive and do other chores. All she does is basically having a second mom. So, man, her not talking to me over the last 48 hours is fantastic. It's not great for my kids because they feel the tension and it's not nice. You know, my daughter's pretty bent out of shape about it. But for me, it's really not that much of a difference, except I don't have to hear her telling me what to do. So I think I'm winning the fight that we're in right now. I might move to Nashville, but if I move to Nashville, then it's not as exciting if you live there. It's like living in Vegas. Why would you want to live in Vegas? Wait a second. NVAC short reversal. Hold on a second. Do I have a trade? Uh-oh, I'm in a trade. Look out. Hey, reversal. I'll short any reversal I could find. NVAX. Uh-oh. Look out. Market at all-time highs yet? I can't. I can't watch it. Are we at all-time highs yet? No, not yet. Seriously, I actually can't really do this right now. I just want to watch the Qs go to 218 today. JP Morgan still can't get it going, huh? Well, NVAX is now a 5-cent loss. I'll give it till 1775. Oh, it hit 1750. I thought we were onto something. Oh, that's right. You can't short stocks, right? Right. I forgot about rule number 1. Don't short stocks. Is Wells Fargo negative? Oh, man. Wells Fargo. Let's go back to Wells Fargo then. Am I actually thinking about shorting something right now? I mean, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. I mean, Wells Fargo would be an earnings reversal, and I still probably don't want to be doing this. You know, you throw a little bit on here, JP Morgan short, Wells Fargo short, and Citibank short. Oh, it's working. Wells Fargo short. I'm definitely afraid to wait for it to go negative here, but I guess we might as well. You know, you got to cover some here if you are short Wells Fargo because you're going to lose all your money eventually because the chances of it going down are very slim now that you've actually gone down. So 31 and a half. Uh, it's really just QQQ long, UVXY short, and just hit record and just play that tape over and over again. because that's the trade of the century. It really has been the trade of the century. Shorting UVXY, buying the QQQ. You ain't finding a better combination. Took a loss, NVAX. That's my trade for the day. I'm done. I'm done. I got some Wells Fargo short. I'll make the NVAX money back. And hey, earnings reversal number 1. Take the money. Take the money. Now your stop's 31.55. Wow. So the Qs are up 4 points since the open, right? That's pretty impressive. Now you only got 8 points to go. See how that works? Great. I'm up $3.95 now. I lost on NVAX and I made on Wells Fargo. I'm done. No. I might as well just leave right now. You're not getting me. It's going to be hard to find me trading the market that only goes up. I've learned my lessons. I'll wait for the next earnings report. We're going to go up another 10 to 20% from here. And then, maybe we'll get back to some sort of normality. But you let me know when the UVXY ever goes up 3 days in a row. I'll be scared again. And that will only be a temporary fear also. The idea of risk in the market now has been destroyed. There is no risk to the market as long as you're buying. As long as you're buying and you have time, there's zero risk to the market. Wow. I mean, this is fucking fucked up. The only thing you can do in this market is selling premium on UVXY and maybe some Wells Fargo short here if it follows through. So there you go. Wells Fargo making another push to the downside. So at least reversals are working still. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, and whatever the hell the other one was. Wait a minute, there was another one. I forgot where I've been. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, Citibank, right? Citibank, Wells Fargo. Wait, did I say Citibank? I don't even know where I am right now. None of this is real. How could this be real? Oh, right. Citibank, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. Right. That was the combination. JP Morgan's still short, you know. You just tried to rally 4 or 5 times, never got anything going. So, and wait, let's take a second now. You guys remember Costco about 5 days ago when the market was rallying and Costco had reported same store sales and they were disappointing? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So the market is so back to exactly the same exact market. I was just going to mention LK. The only thing this sell off has done was expose LK as a fraudulent coffee company in China. That's it. What have we learned from this last sell off? LK was a fraudulent Chinese stock. It's the only thing we've learned. And that reversals still work. Wells Fargo. Earnings reversal number one. Let's all take a moment to reflect on what's happening here. We have the greatest market in the history of mankind, yet we're able to short stocks because they're gapped up on earnings and then they go lower. And you make some money. I got to cover some JP Morgan right here. 98.30. That was me. I'm covering it on the way down here. And if it goes green, red, we'll hang on to some. There you go. JP Morgan down to just the last smidgen of it. But this is trading. We got the greatest stock market in the history of mankind going on right now. Yet we found 3 opportunities for shorts. I would hang in there right now. Looking for 98 on JP Morgan, looking for 31 on Wells Fargo. And that's it. Resistance. There's no resistance on the Qs till 218. And then once we get through 218, man, we are going to go. Well, who gives a fuck about anything I just said? JP Morgan short, Wells Fargo short. Shh. Shut your fucking mouth with your stupid commentary. How about that? Short the reversals, make some money, and go fight with your wife. That's pretty much my plan right now. Short the reversals, make some money, and go fight with my wife. That's my plan. 98, JP Morgan. Cover a little bit more here. Don't get greedy. So Citibank was first. JP Morgan didn't work the first time. Wells Fargo. Yeah, baby. J freaking P Morgan. Now we're getting paid here. Of course, the last 100 shares is always the one you make $1 on, but that's why you don't cover your whole entire position on the way back down. I do. Email me. I'll give you my information. The Warlock. The Warlock at hitthebid.com. So again, you could see my overtone cannot. I'm not exactly happy about what's happening here. Who's making the most money? Big Al Glick with the Qs buying the dip and hanging on. But now something has worked. The reason we exist just happened. JP Morgan short, Wells Fargo short, Citibank short. Thank God for something that just worked. Wow. And I should go short NVAX again because that didn't work the first time. So maybe I can make my money back here. Probably not. I probably shouldn't go back to the loser. But let's see if NVAX rolls over again. But JP Morgan, new lows. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo. Guys, our shits are working right now, guys. Come on. See? Wow, it took like a whole hour for you to get. I mean, that guy, Dan, I don't know if he's still here, but you see, patience always pays off. You see, getting flustered doesn't pay. You see, you got to react to what you see. Don't talk about it, be about it. JP Morgan, earnings reversal. They work 90% of the time. Short JP Morgan, short the Wells Fargo, short the JP Morgan, short the Wells Fargo, short the JP Morgan, short the Wells Fargo. What? You finally got the reversal. How many times can you butt up against the multi-day VWAP without not breaking out? Short the JP Morgan, short the Wells Fargo, short the Citibank, short the American Express, right? Take a look at Visa. American Express is going to go down. Maybe Visa is going to go down. CL, I hope you did that. Remember, you never need permission to short earnings reversals from me. It's free money. Short the JP Morgan, short the Citibank, short the Wells Fargo, and don't go back to the one that you lost money on, like NVAX. So we'll be banning NVAX. If I mention NVAX again, I'll find myself. Waste of time. Don't go back to the trade that you didn't make money on. Go back to the ones you did make money on, like JP Morgan and Wells Fargo. By the way, I'm banning all of these stocks now. I don't want to hear Codex. I don't want to hear Gilead. I don't want to hear about INO, Myrna, APT, Lake. It's over. We won. All these stocks will never be at zero. I'm not going to watch them anymore. All right. J for Prabhava. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. American Express. Look at Visa. Morgan Stanley. JP Morgan. JP Morgan, when it reverses. Wow. Short them all now. What's the one? FAZ or FAS? FA, which is the one for down banks? FAS, right? Or FAZ? FAZ. Fuck that. Buy it. I need a refresher course. FAZ is a worthless product too, right? I probably just bought a worthless piece of shit, I'm sure, right? This thing doesn't reflect anything in reality either, right? Sorry, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. Now we're talking. Wells freaking Fargo. The last 100 shares is I'm making $1 on it now. It's insane. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, earnings reversals, 2 for 2. If you're starting to keep statistics, those are the trades that we talk about. 2 for 2. How'd you do? I'm 2 for 2. But, you know, these trades don't work. Yeah. You know, you couldn't wait an hour to do them. You know, you just got to get, you know, you got to be anxious to get into the trades. You know, you want to just jump in. You just want to jump in, you know, to anything that's moving. You don't want to give it you don't want to have any patience. You know, you don't want to wait for the setups to set themselves up. Nah. It's all luck anyway, you fucking hump. Yeah, baby! Seriously, I got 30,000 shares of FAZ right now. I'm going to have a heart attack soon. I'm going to start selling if it gets to $26.99. I'm going to start freaking out in a second, actually. Yeah, it's all luck. I'm going to start selling right here. 94, that's me on the offer. 94, done. Not selling any more FAZ. By the way, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. You can't wait. You can't wait a half an hour to put a trade on. It's all luck. Yeah, it's all luck. Yeah, it's all luck. You break the VWAP, you break the multi-day VWAP, you go red. It's all luck. Yeah, it's all luck. It only happens every time. The greatest bull market we've seen in our lifetimes, and we just shorted Citibank, JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo and crushed the world. 26s are trading on FAS now. I got to sell a little bit more. 26. It's all luck, man. It's all luck knowing what a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal looks like. It's all luck. Yeah, it's all luck, right? That the gaps that fade, that become reversals, usually follow through 80% of the time. It's all luck. It's all luck. JP Morgan's down 3 points. Do you understand? CL, you better have some of this stuff. I don't care if it was 1 share or, you know, something. You got to be shorting bank reversals right now. The only trade to be doing, the only trade there is Citibank, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, FAZ. It's all luck. Listen, Dan, I know you're out there. It just doesn't work for you. That's cool. But the quicker you are to realize this is not where you want what you want to be doing, save yourself the money. I'm not even going to say, you know, again, when people lose money in the market, those are my best clients or subscribers or members. There's guys that it's just never going to work for you. Because if you're so skeptical and so already defeated if you're going into the trade already assuming you're going to lose money, you have already lost. Why bother? I'm with you. Don't do this. But if you would have waited 15 minutes, you got full-blown reversals on the entire financial sector now. And now you've got a day that'll live forever in glory, not defeat. We are reveling in this move now, not wallowing in self-pity. Oh, I missed the Tesla. Crush JP Morgan. Well, what about the Qs? Crush Wells Fargo. Oh, I can't believe where INSG is. Short the shit out of Citibank. And now all that annoying shit now is not even remotely annoying. Or maybe there's a twinge of regret that you sold your Costco on the analyst downgrade. Did ya? And now, my friends, it's over. 30.5 on Wells Fargo. Enough. Congratulations. Obviously, I shouldn't have been covering any of it at 31. But FAS, not bad. Space to 100. Any stock that's going up targets 100. J&J, 200. Now, this would have been really, really good if you guys were quick enough to, maybe look at some options. If this was Thursday or Friday, we would have been looking at Wells Fargo puts instead, JP Morgan. Oh, man. I'm not in any of it now, so I'm assuming that I've just destroyed the banking system myself, even though they say the Jews run it. So I guess this Jew just fucked it up. I covered all my shorts, so they all should go to zero now. Apparently, my powers are incomprehensible to most people, but I just ruined it for everybody. So if you own JP Morgan, get the hell out. I covered my short $1.70 ago. Wow. I didn't get it. Oh, cool, man. Somebody's following along. Well done. Well done. Yeah, but it's all luck, and we have no idea what we're doing. You had to wait a whopping 40 minutes to find a trade today. I mean, if you can't wait 40 minutes, if you're trading and you're getting frustrated, take a moment to figure out what you're doing wrong. And generally, it's always going to be right in front of your face. I'm anxious to trade, but Kenny doesn't even want to trade. But I'm anxious to trade. Maybe I should listen to the guy that's not anxious to trade. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, that stock's moving. Let me get in. Oh, wait, I lost money on it. Maybe I should have waited for the reversal. Maybe you should have. Maybe you will next time. Probably not, because next time you'll think you were chasing it. Do you realize that you come up with an excuse not to make winning trades every time you lose money on a trade? I know. I do that a lot. I know. So why didn't you take the Citibank short and the Bank of America and the American Express and buy the FAZ and the Wells Fargo? I'm not sure why I didn't do it. Oh, because I got burnt on the first two trades of the day because I was anxious to trade. But I thought you weren't supposed to be anxious to trade. I know. I heard that. Maybe you shouldn't. Or maybe you should. Or maybe you shouldn't. Oh, but wait, what about the times where you do trade the open? Well, normally it's because it's a reversal. Oh. Not that I was anxious to trade. I'm only putting on trades that fit the criteria. Oh, that's right. Great. All right. So were you serious about getting divorced? I don't know. I'm not even talking to my wife right now. It's pretty sick. What do you mean? You live in the same house. How do you not talk to her? I don't know. Why don't you come experience some of this for the last 24, 48 hours. It's been great. Not that I really care that much, because all she does is tell me to go get the asparagus and the ice cream and pick up packages and build shit in the backyard. I don't even know how to build anything. I like when she thinks that I can build stuff suddenly because I've been trapped in the house. Why don't I go outside and build something? Why don't you build a garden? Maybe because I've never built anything in my entire life. Why would now be any different? Because we're trapped in our house? Yeah, I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. But I don't know how to build anything. You see, if I had those skills, I probably would be outside finding something to do with my kids other than sit around and talk about stocks all day. But then you're short of JP Morgan, right? Wow. My wife thinks that I'm just suddenly going to become somebody different because I'm trapped in the house. Why don't you go find something? Why don't you go chop the wood? Well, here, for the 300th time, the wood is too soft to be chopped. The things are too big. I need to get a log splitter. We need them to cure a little bit. Please stop asking me to chop the wood. I'll get to the wood when it's time to chop the wood. How come you don't do anything with your kids? Where are we going? What are we doing? I mean, every time I come in, you seem to be watching some stupid shit on Netflix. I thought every time you do something, then the market does something. Yeah, that's generally how it happens. See, when I start watching Netflix, it's because there's nothing going on. But if you tell me to do something in the middle of the day, that's when something will happen. See how that works? It's called Murphy's Law. You get it? Now, my wife wants me to build a garden, and I want to do it. I want to build a garden. I want my own cucumbers. There's nothing more that I would want to do than build a garden right now. But here's the thing. I don't know how to build a garden. I don't know how to put in fencing. I don't know what proper fencing to buy. How high do I make the fence? I got critters back there. I got raccoons. I got deer. I got possum. I got opossum. I got vultures, freaking turkey vultures, on top of the roof. They'll come flying in. So I'll go out there. I'll watch my YouTube videos. I'll pretend that I know what I'm talking about with Hank over there and with my mask on at Home Depot. Oh, Hank, my wife says I should become a gardener now. So you got any tips for me? I'll buy all this shit. It'll sit in my goddamn backyard, rusting. I thought you were building a fence. I thought you were building a garden. No, that was you who wanted to build a garden. I bought all that shit now just to do something. Well, why don't you get your son to do it? Because you know who doesn't know how to build shit? My son. Because I don't know how to build shit. You see how that works? So now I'll just go to the store and get my damn cucumbers. Of course I want my own garden. But you know what else I want to do? I want to short Wells Fargo and JP Morgan and buy some FAS so then I could pay somebody to build me the garden the right way. So why don't you call me 8 more times and tell me about how I should build a garden? And that's why my wife and I are not talking right now. I had that conversation. I had the conversation. This is what I do. I can talk. I can entertain. I sing. I dance. I'm the court jester of the industry. We're making some money. This is what I do. This is what I do. And I'm lucky that I found something that I can do because I'm pretty stupid. Now I'm right smack dab in the middle. I ain't some kind of intellectual that can hold. I could probably hold my own to some extent. I'm smarter than a lot of other people. But man, I am not the smartest guy. But I know what I can do. I've embraced who I am. And I know this. And I know that I should try. It took me an hour and a half to put up the pool cue rack. I've had a rack in my basement to put up the pool cues next to my pool table for an hour, for a year. So I'm sitting there, I'm taking out the instructions. Oh, this is pretty straightforward. Measure here, drill there. So I drill the hole according to the guide, and then I take the little brace where you stick it into the wall, and it goes through the wall. And now it's in my wall. It fell into the wall. So what was the point of drilling? I drilled, I put the anchor in, and the anchor fell into the wall. Bully for me. So I just take some Gorilla Glue and I stuck the fucker onto the wall. Bang! There you go. If you can't fix it, duck it. I got a leak in the spigot coming out of my wall. The outside spigot, right? I mean, I'm sitting there going, what do I do? The outside spigot is attached to the wall. I ain't about to go near that thing, and it's spewing water. So I banged it to see if that would work. Bang, bang. I just banged it a couple of times. Maybe that would just make it work better. It got worse. She's like, what did you do? I'm like, I don't know what I did. I banged it with a hammer. Did you think that was going to make it better? No, but I did it anyway because there's no, how do you get this out of the wall? Can I replace the outside spigot? So there I took a freaking roll of duct tape and I duct taped the whole fucking thing. And now the water only comes out in little trickles. I win. Space. I'm sitting there with this thing until the close. I think it was Friday or last Friday. Just hoping not to lose $250. See, this space trade is what I'm talking about. If I would have lost that money, I think it was last Friday, I would be going crazy right now. Anytime I'm in a long trade, I'm just not going to take a loss because I'll just assume I just got to give it a couple of days, a week, a month, a year, no matter how long it takes. I refuse to take a loss on a long trade. Because why would you? It's just going to go back up. That's why you better be selective. You better just trade reversals. And now you're done. You're so done. You're so done. You're so done. This day is so done. This day is done. We found the trades. We did those trades. And now we're done. We're done. So now I can go watch. I'm watching videos on how to chop wood. I mean, I did learn some stuff. I mean, space is now up 100%. I mean, it was the other day. Remember when it was 14 and change and it went to 15 and then started rolling over and then it was down to 13.25 that day again. And I bought it thinking, all right, if we could just rally back a little bit, I could make some money. And I was just about to take that $200 hit on the space. And I was like, why would I sell this thing right here? It'll just be up next week. I'll just hold it overnight. And then it rallied into the close and then actually went up a little bit more in the aftermarket. That attitude inevitably will backfire. Because if you just say screw it on every trade, eventually you're gonna get burnt. Imagine you decided at Bed Bath and Beyond one day at $12, you decided, you know what, I'm not taking a loss on this thing. Now it's at 5. Granted, it still could come back, but most of the time the losses get worse when you have that attitude of, I'm not selling, let's see what happens. But in this market, you're being rewarded for being dumb. You're being rewarded now on the long side. You're being rewarded for not having to do anything but sit. You're being rewarded for doing, oh, I'm a genius. You know, I bought Tesla at 600. It went down 160 points. So I said, fuck it. I'm not going to sell it. And look, it's back to 735. I'm a genius. I guess you are a genius. But most people can't take that. Like Uvxy. Is anybody going to be afraid of shorting this thing next time around? Come on. By the way, you just gotta love Uvxy. I mean, JP Morgan can't even come off the floor. Sick. JP Morgan just got beaten down and just, that's it. I mean, sitting here. By the way, the Uber turned out to be a short. How's that even possible? Wasn't that was just at the highs of the day. Right. Why is space having this day? Just because it just got squeezed, or is some other bullshit news on it again? Oh, a government contract. Ooh, what? I basically destroyed the financial industry by myself today by covering these shorts. I'd rather short the other ones, the J-Nugs and all that stuff when they, well, look like they're blowing the tops off right now. Hang on, we're actually seeing selling. There could be another trade that needs to be done. Don't talk to me about NVAX going back down. I'm done with that. That stock just sucks. But I don't even. I'm reading. This is what I'm saying. I just read that. I don't see what I don't know what I'm reading here. All right. Virgin Galactic Holdings shares rose Tuesday morning following the announcement that another Virgin Space company will work with the newly created U.S. Space Force on satellite launches. Virgin Galactic, blah, 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 16% after finishing blah, blah. Vox Space, a subsidiary of Virgin Orbit LLC. All right, so how does this, so far I don't see, do they even own the company that got the deal with the government? Virgin, so Vox Space, a subsidiary of Virgin Orbit LLC, has been granted a Space Force contract to remote the multiple satellites. Virgin Orbit was spun off. Virgin Orbit was spun off from Virgin Galactic Holdings 3 years ago. So it doesn't. Not only Virgin Galactic, now news from other companies are making this stock go up. Plus, they make masks. Who cares? Buy it, right? Anyway, I have single-handedly destroyed the entire financial sector, and bang. I don't know what to tell you. I believe it's me. CL, man, you got to be putting those trades on. You know, you got an earnings reversal, you need to be in the trade. I don't care what price. And again, if Dan was here, he'd have thought that was it was a chase, right? Because by definition, every trade you do is a chase in theory. You know why? Because someone's in the trade already before you. So then again, you're chasing somebody else's trade, right? But if you get a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal on an earnings report, 9 times out of 10, the stock follows through. So put the trade on. Look where you got. You got the one. Once you got through the 1 minute, that was at $170. Then you got to the multi-day where I finally got interested. I'm like, oh, look, you can't hold the multi-day. I'm going short. And I covered into this move. That was my mistake because, again, I should have been a little bit more greedy. But you need to be in those trades, man. Nobody's selling me UVXY calls. Oh, no. This isn't happening right now. I don't know what to do. I can't reshort this stuff, but all right. I'm having a little difficulty right now. I can't start reshorting these same stocks again. Let's just find for something new and exciting to short. Uber just rolled over, not bad. Just look for the reversals, guys. Now we're starting to shape up into a day that I could get excited about. JP Morgan, we obviously crushed all that shit just now. The Citibank didn't work. I threw a Citibank short in the midst of all that stuff. That one, I lose money trading Citibank every time. I'm not Citibank, Visa, every time. Every time. I got to ban that stock too. So, yeah, we're going to hang out now for a little while in case the market rolls over and goes red today, because that would be phenomenal. Yeah. So back to the, well, I don't want to distract you from making money on some shorts here, but the groundhogs can dig under the fence. The deer can jump. I've seen a deer jump a 6 foot fence in one move. The deer's looking at me. Next thing you know, it just jumps over a 6 foot fence. So if the deer wants my cucumbers, he's jumping over the fence. I got deer, possum, opossum. I got rabbits, chipmunks, squirrels, raccoons. Did I say raccoons? Somebody's eaten my hard work. So I'm already assuming that not only will I, no, I live in Jersey, not only coyotes, and there's the NVAX short, by the way. All right, now the day's over. Now I'm done. Just needed that one trade that I lost money on twice to go my way finally. There it is. Now I'm done. Now there's no chance in hell I'm going to be shorting anything or doing anything right now. All right. Hands off the keyboard. We're just here for entertainment purposes only now. All right. But yeah, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit here. First of all, I don't know how to build anything. So I'm going to spend all this time. I'm going to get frustrated. I'll probably break my arm somehow. I'll probably get AIDS to build this goddamn garden to make my wife feel like me and my son have done a project together. So I'm a better father. And we'll plant some shit. Either they won't grow, or when they do grow, the animals will get to my food before I even get a chance to do it. So I look at it as a lose, lose, lose situation. So I'll take the heat right now as she's chirping how I don't do anything. Keep chirping. Keep your comments to yourself. I remember when they were giving me these subtle hints by buying me tools. Her father and she would buy me tools for like the holidays. What do I do with this? By the way, FAZ, if you can't pick one bank, pick them all. She uses that passive aggressive shit. Well, I thought you'd want to do something with your son, not build a garden. I thought you'd want to do something with your kids. We could play poker all day. I'll play Monopoly every day. I'm not building a fucking garden. By the way, NVAX. I mean, it was. Oh, we had that. Yeah, well, that's part of the fight going on right now because I'm not. You know, I'm not as angry as I should be. I'm like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. This is a big moment of our lives. Now's the time to embrace who I am and tell my son about the pros and cons of everything. She doesn't like the fact that I unveiled who I really am. Grateful Dead, Bob Marley guy. Even my son's trying to calm my wife down. I knew that dad smokes pot every once in a while. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up right now. But you know what? She'll get over it in 3 days from now, and I'll just wait her out. I just wait her out. Oh, you're not mad anymore? All right, cool. We move on. I wait her out. Like I should have been waiting on this Wells Fargo money. JP Morgan. Look at JP Morgan now, down 4 points. I'm gonna. Hey, look. Oh, no, I never lose my temper. I just shut it down. I shut it down to almost rigor mortis. By the way, come on. Something. Somebody. I hope somebody's short end backs. All kidding aside. I mean, it was a reversal. I just was trying to trade it with a tight stop. Anybody still got Faz? Come on now. The banking sector is giving it all back. How come Visa's not going down? I'm going to try Visa one more time. All right, Visa short's working finally this time. There you go, Visa. There you go. See, instant gratification. Come on, you simpleton. Get the hell out of here now. Yeah, there you go, Visa. That's right. That's right. Come to Papa. And oh. Oh. All right. Now the market's starting to make a little bit of sense. Faz at $27 right now. JP Morgan's down 4. And poor Dan will come back 3 days from now talking about how we don't know what we're doing and it's all luck. You know, that's why this is the worst thing you could do. You're wrong for 5 minutes and then you miss the greatest opportunity that the market has presented in 2 weeks. By the way, nice call on your gold rolling over. That was unbelievable. You mentioned it at JNUG 770. I hope you did something there. Phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. Gold annihilated just now. Wow. That was almost a good call, as good call as my Faz at 25.85, baby. Or JP Morgan short. By the way, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're not going to see a day like this ever again in your life. What? See, all you had to do is wait 5 minutes and short all the financial stocks. 5 minutes ruined his whole perspective of everything that we do. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And his whole trading world is blown up. 5 minutes away from the JP Morgan. And this all started with Citibank, don't forget. Citibank started it 5 minutes away. And Dan the man would have been out there thinking, wow, you guys do know what you're talking about. But now it's all hindsight again because officially he wasn't here for it, even though we have it on tape on YouTube. You guys heard me mentioning JP Morgan short, Wells Fargo short, Faz long. Maybe you didn't. But that's all right. I mean, again, you didn't. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Because what was crazy is that he was saying, hey, how about Netflix short? And I'm like, I'm not trading Netflix, but it looks like it's going to reverse. And then he said it's too late. I'm like, well, if you just mentioned it, if it's too late, then I don't know if it's too late. Is it too late? And next thing you know, he was short, and then it went back 5 points in his face, and he lost 5 points. So I'm not sure. He told me the idea, then he said he was late, and I think he was sort of blaming me. I was like, wait a second. For what? What happened? You told me to short Netflix. It went down 5 points. I said, good trading. You just said, I lost $1,000 on the trade. Thanks. I'm like, thanks for what? You just told me to short Netflix and it went down 5 points and then it went back up 5 points and then you lost money because I said it. Right, exactly. I thought you said I said it was all right, Spider. Exactly. It was one of those moments. And I was like, all right, just chill. Because here comes Citibank short and JP Morgan. And I told him exactly what happened was. That's the same guy. He came back because he wasn't, then he was convinced that maybe it wasn't luck. That's the same dude. That's why I was talking. Well, I was pretty upset about my dilemma in my own house, but I was talking so slow yesterday because I wanted to make sure he heard the one thing that I was doing. And he still denied that he heard it, but then he said he did hear it, but he was on to other things. So I was like, all right, so this isn't working out for you. It's all right. Just stop coming here and doing this then. It's not working out. Obviously, it's apparent. And that's the thing about this trading also. If you can't be consistent, then it's really not working out. If you hit one or two good trades and then spend 3 months giving back all that money, you're not actually a good trader. I mean, it was a difference between 5 minutes today. He's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And I was like, okay, JP Morgan short, Wells Fargo short, Morgan Stanley, FAZ long. I mean, it's crazy that, again, I don't think anything's coincidental. It's like you got to kick some guys to the curb and just go back. The guy was sucking the life out of me, legitimately just ripping me apart. And after the Netflix, I don't know what to say. You want to blame me for your Netflix trade? Okay, I'll take all the blame. Because you're the one that was saying Netflix short. I'm sitting there not even trading because I'm so angry about where some of these stocks are. And I was like, all right, if we get some reversals today, I'll trade. And then they came and they all worked except for NVAX, and that worked also, but I just got, I got out too soon because I went on to stuff that was working. I even made my money back in the Visa short. I mean, we're talking about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, your whole perspective, I know you're watching, your whole perspective would be different now because there's no denying what just happened. The trade that we teach just happened and they all worked. AXP, Bank of America, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, and FAZ. While I'm fighting with my wife, while I'm trying to watch a video about 6-foot garden fences and whether or not I should string the garden if I put the green meshy paper in between the fence, because that's what I'm going to do. But what I should have been doing is making 10 times the money I made just now and stop being a bitch. And now I could pay 3 guys to come in masks and build me a goddamn garden. That's the American way. My idea of contracting and building stuff is finding the contractor who will do the job. They're not the cheap guy, not the most expensive guy, the guy in the middle, and then tell him that I'm already suing you because I know you're not going to show up 3 days from now in the middle of the project. So don't do that. Just start coming when you could finish the project, because don't leave in the middle of the project. And I want you to sign that you're not going to leave in the middle of the project. If you can't do that, then don't take the job. Start the project, finish the project. I'll pay you for the project. You go into my toolbox, look at stuff. I don't even know what they do. I have a miter saw. What's a miter saw? What do you even use this thing for? I have a chain. I have a chain of Allen wrenches. I've used one. I get Allen key. I got chains of Allen. I got so many tools. I got 16 vice grips. I don't even need one. My dad still has the same drill from 1976 in this blue box. Wow. I mean, JP Morgan, I mean, look, what the financial stocks are doing today is exactly what I think the whole market's going to do. You know, let's take a moment to like jump into reality for a second. You know, I'm bearish. Whether or not this has been a bull market or a bear market bounce or dead cat bounce or all that stuff, none of it really matters as long as we have reversals like the financials did today. That's all we need. So, will the market go to all-time highs by next Friday? Probably not. Could we? Obviously. Is the market fixed because we've just bounced 29.5%? Maybe. The government owns the stock market, so you can't deny what could happen. All the financial stocks might be green by the end of the day. Wouldn't that be something? But what I think happened here on the financial stocks, not only is that's all we should be doing for a living is trading reversals, but I think the entire market's going to be just like that. Reality inevitably will set in and we'll get rollovers and they'll be tradable and they're fantastic. I mean, should have got rich here. This is now one of those days where obviously did not do what we should have been doing. I'm talking about this should be the $100,000 day. I mean, just on FAZ alone. FAZ going green now, guys. Wow. Not to mention Uber again, but I mean, inevitably it turned out to be a pretty good trade, Uber short. Just had to get back in. First one didn't work, second one did. I tell you, man, these last 2 days I've been obviously distracted. But man, this is the kind of market where I need you to be crushing the world, because every trade that we teach just happened, and they happened enormously. CL, hopefully you're in there and you just hammered away at some of this stuff. You realize the guy went through $1 million. Nothing we can do in that account will even phase him. And the fact that we only have winning trades. So you gotta, I'll be more direct tomorrow. But he's flat now in that account, right? We should have been looking at, I mean, obviously everything's hindsight now, but they weren't hindsight about an hour ago. Buying puts on JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and all the other ones. No, I'm always going to be a bear. I'm never going to switch sides again. I just do what the market tells me to do. So today it was financial stocks rolling over. Hammer them. I'm bearish, but I'm not going to short the market because we only go up. So for me, this day, you give me 20 days like today, and I can make a year's worth of money. 20 days where you give me an entire sector that's gapped up and rolls over and every single stock goes down, you got 4-point moves across the board. I don't need to know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week or even this afternoon. Today was a day where, I mean, 400 shares of JP Morgan short. I'm not changing the world on that anyway. I'm covering in 50 share increments on the way down. Nothing life changing. Wells Fargo, same thing. Well, that one I started out with 1,000, but I covered 500 way too quickly. And, I had 1,700 shares of FAS. That one I should have done better on, but I started throwing offers out to capture the spread and I wanted to be selling on the way up. Obviously left money on the table on all this crap. But this is the kind of day where you gots to be making money because earnings reversals happened and they went 2 for 2. You want to sprinkle in, JP Morgan and Wells Fargo were the official ones, right? My wife's taking the kids away. It's nice. She's going down the shore. I win again. I'm going to be home alone for 3 days. I win. I can't believe really what I'm looking at, actually, some of these moves. Man, thank God I got out of the SQQ. Remember when the SQQ was $22 and it went to 30? I'm glad I reminded myself how most of these leverage products are just worthless. That would have hurt. AMD, INSG, AMD, INSG. I mean, think about my 2 core portfolio holding stocks. Absolutely insane. Think about it. AMD's all-time highs probably now, right? I'm not sure, but I'm not looking. Wow. Today is only Tuesday, right? Shit. I want to trade options, but they're still kind of wacky priced. Anyway, I mean, seriously, if you've now, hopefully you're convinced of a lot of different things, right? The market's disconnected from reality completely. We know that, right? Now it's definitely been proved, right? And earnings reversals are the greatest trade in the world. So combine, no, there's three things that we should be taking away from this last month and a half. You don't have to own stocks to make money in the market. We know that. When the market starts to rally, yeah, you get jealous and pissed off. But think about what you just did here. Look at the collective amount of points that was left on the table. What could have been all AXP, 4 points, Bank of America, $1, Citibank, 3 points, Goldman Sachs, 4 points, JP Morgan, almost 5 points, Morgan Stanley, a point, Wells Fargo, almost 2 points. Well, the earnings reversal could be either way. Reason we were looking at short was because they were gapped up. So normally we're going the opposite way. Yeah. You want fade. You want the fades to become VWAP breaks. The VWAP breaks get to the multi-day. If you get through both 1 minute and multi-day, generally you are trending and you're about to reverse. That's why these trades have been working for me. The reversal trades have been working for me since day one. It was the first trade I ever did. Stock was down on the day. It breaks back over the opening high and then generally breaks the prior day's close. So that was all we traded. It was the check mark trade. Now we're getting a heads up prior to that, even that happening. So we're shorting them on the VWAP breaks and the multi-days, and we're getting a heads up. We're getting into these trades 5% before they even go negative. The negative part now is the icing on the cake. JP Morgan was a short, first one didn't work because you broke the highs of the day. So if you shorted it on the first break and then it broke the highs of the day, you lost there. But then it broke back under the VWAP, broke back under the $100 spot. And that's when we started talking about JP Morgan short. And that's when I was like, hey, it hasn't even gone negative yet. This looks pretty good. Starts to go roll over. I start covering in this move, which was obviously the mistake. But taking profits, it's not usually a mistake. But obviously, in this case, taking profits at Wells Fargo at 31 and 31.33. At the time, it actually did bounce back into the green on the Wells Fargo. So, and you can't even see where I was making that. This 31.33 right here. So it tried, this is when it, just before it went negative, right? So I was afraid that maybe it was going to retrace again to the VWAP. So I decided to cover at 31.40 as it got to the green, got to the crossover. Normally I'm waiting for it to cross over and roll over. So in this 2 or 3 minutes, I decided to cover half my position because I was already short. And I missed the dollar on the, well, $2 on the way down. But, I had that last 100 shares. On the last 100 shares, I did better than the other 300 because the first 300, I got out making like 18 cents. The last 100 shares, I made $1.40. And that's why you don't cover your whole position at the same time. That's why you don't cover your whole position at the same time. At least if you had, with FAS, I bought 1,700 shares. I got a little spooked. I quickly sold 400 or 500 as soon as it started moving up. And then I started selling into that move too. At least that one I had enough shares where selling in 100 share increments, it was good because I still had 300-400. But, you know, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, those were the trades. Those were the ones that I should have really done well on. And, you know, I covered too early. And then I didn't want to get back in. But I did get back into the FAZ because that was a collective short. I didn't know which one to choose, so I choose them all. And I lost on Visa short 2 times in there, but I wound up making my 60 cents, some of it back on that. I missed the Uber and all that other stuff, but Dan, if you're out there, man, we're not even trying to be mean. We're not even trying to mock you. This is difficult stuff. Frustration and anger don't work. Use that and do what I do. Make the anger, turn the anger and the frustration into patience. You want to be angry? You want to be frustrated? Well, then don't trade. Sit back and wait. And then suddenly we get one of the best days of the year. No exaggeration. Not monetarily, but enormity of the percentage of trades that just worked and how much they worked. And they worked phenomenally. Phenomenally. We are now 2 for 2 on earnings reversals. So we're starting a new trend. We want to see how many of these earnings reversals that work in a row. We went pretty much 48 out of 50 last quarter. Almost every single one worked. It's worth waiting for. So in that frustration, turn that frustration and anger and rage and disappointment and pointing fingers and blaming other people, just bring it down. You're on tilt. You don't want to trade in that moment. Instead of skepticism, just listen to the words that I'm saying. This is the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal trade. This is where you want to be shorting JP Morgan. This is where you want to be shorting Wells Fargo. The words, please, for the love of God, short JP Morgan here, are never going to come out of my mouth. I'm just going to keep showing you these trades that work every time. And they've been working every single time. It's crazy. So I'm going to use a big word now, right? And again, all the words I'm about to say now really don't mean anything. This is just speculation and ideas and opinion, right? What I think just happened in the financial sector, by the way, earnings reversal. Are you kidding me? CONN? What? How's this even possible? How is this stock going green? I don't care. I'm in. CONN. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. I mean, does every reversal work? I guess they do. I mean, this is a big box retailer, and this thing went green. How's that even possible? How's that possible? It's up 2%. It would take me a year to make that in the bank. CONN, greenage, 3 for 3 earnings reversals. Guys, I mean, seriously, I just see that's the difference between a good trader and a bad trader. Not saying I'm a good trader at all. Oh, CONN, earnings reversal. You buy it. I'm not hesitating. It's an earnings reversal. I know they work pretty much all the time, so I'll give it a shot. I'll buy 1,000 shares at 453, and it spikes to 466, and I'm selling it. And now I'll probably sell the rest here. I don't want to let it go back into the red, but that's it. It just happened again. I will trade any reversal that comes along. As soon as I saw it on the ticker, I was like, I can't believe this thing's going green. I'm in it. And I'm already out. I got 200 shares left. I got, what did I buy? 1,200 shares. I got 440, 453, 454, 455. It's unbelievable, man. I'm not saying nothing. It's about, if you were to tell me this thing would even sniff green today, I would have said, why? They sell electronics that nobody wants and no one's in the store and we're all going to die. Why would this thing go green? I don't know. It just did. Buy it. There it is. Look at this thing. You're up 4% now. It takes you 40 years to do what this stock just did in a bank. That's why the market's never going down. Because you can't make 4% in 15 minutes anywhere else. Do I buy it now? No. But now you know, watch stocks that report earnings for them for the reversals. So here's CONN, right? I mean, right off the ticker, guys. Right off the ticker. Saw it ticking over to the green, and I bought it. And I'm sure there's a 1 minute break in there first. Look, it's a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Thank you for playing. I'm really never going to own a stock ever again in my life. I mean, except for space, because this is insane. So now space, not only do they have government contracts, they also supplying masks. They're doing ventilators. Sooner or later, this is just going to be some sort of conglomerate, and it'll be a $300 stock, right? Space travel is just going to be their side gig soon, right? Oh yeah, by the way, we send people into space just for the hell of it. By the way, remember when the market was pulling back about an hour ago? Yeah, that's not happening. Just got stopped out of the con anyway. All right, so last 200 shares, I just got 457. I'm out. That'll probably get taken over today by Best Buy now. All right, I need to get up for a second, but space is just stupid. It really is. I mean, damn. I was sitting there loaded up the other day on this thing. I was like, you know what? Down here at 1250, I'm risking what, 250? And I held some. I was like, oh, look at that space, man. And then it pops the next day after I sold out of 15, and then I'm back in. I mean, luckily, I didn't take a loss that day, because that would have been, and again, it would have been a $200 hit right at the end of the day, because I was playing it just to close strong like it had been doing, and it sold off, then rallied into the close. And I was talking about this earlier. That attitude about, I don't give a shit, I'm holding it anyway, inevitably will get you. But in those moments where, you know, if you're in at the right price, you know what risk you're taking, and you're comfortable with it, then, you know, it is, you know, you have to bend the rules every once in a while. God damn it, Con. But I love PCG. I love space. I love Halliburton. I love the Qs. At the same time, I think we're going to roll over in Teslos. So what do I really love, right? I love liquidity and reversals, right? Let's see what my dad's doing. Shit. $16. So yeah. 16. Nah, it's too cheap. 16s. Next week, 20s. This con's gonna go to $5 right now just to piss me off. I just want to go get a bagel and eat something already. No. So, Dan, if you're out there, right? I know you're not going to believe it, but it's all been recorded on YouTube. If you're out there, after you left, we did 9 trades in a row for profitability. And again, I don't know what you did with the Netflix. You called the Netflix as a short. The Netflix went down 5 points, and then next thing you know, it sounded like you lost $1,000 shorting Netflix. I'm not sure. What I think might have happened there is your typical trade. Hey, this trade looks good. Oh, there it goes. Oh man, I should have shorted it. Then you shorted it, and then it rallied in your face, and you took the loss. That's exactly why this is hard. With the trades that I did, I was like, oh, JP Morgan's rolling over. Oh, here comes Wells Fargo. I guess I should buy FAS. I'm not even thinking. I'm not even looking at the charts. I know. CONN. Oh, what's this thing going green for? I don't know. I'll buy 1,000 shares. Sometimes in that one moment of hesitation, you've already lost. He probably shorted Netflix at $3.95 after he said to short it at $4.01. And then he said, I think I'm late. And I'm like, I don't know. It just reversed. That was a good call. And then he said, I just lost $1,000 shorting it. And I was like, all right. Well, I don't know what happened there, but I do know what happened. He thought of shorting it. He didn't short it. And he thought about it again. He didn't short it. Then he finally shorted it. Then it went back up 5 points. He took his loss. And then that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Oh, by the way, if you're the asshole out there who hacked my Spotify account, I hate you so much. My Spotify account was hijacked. So I went to log. First, I couldn't listen to rap music. I couldn't listen to rap music because all my explicit content had been taken off my Spotify. Everything was grayed out, right? So I thought maybe there was a glitch. So I logged in because it's my son's account. He's the official owner of the account. And I saw there was just I had to click over the switch, allow explicit content. Because, I got to hear my DMX. Next thing you know, it says I've been kicked out of the premium plan. I'm like, all right, something's up. And then I go to log back in, and it's not even there. The account was gone. There was some new email address associated with it from London. And they basically hijacked my account. What happens is it seems like they hacked my son's laptop, and anything on his laptop, was was fair game. So I had to redo my Netflix account, my Spotify, and all that stuff. So on top of the fact that I needed to build the market's rallying without me. I need to build a garage. My wife's mad that I didn't get more mad about my son and the vaporizer. I mean, I can't be hypocritical about it. So it's some shit going down right now, and I'm trying to concentrate and trade. And I got Dan the man condemning me to hell, saying this is all luck and we have no idea what we're talking about. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on here. I'm trying to talk through it and deal with it. And it turns out I think I was going through withdrawal the whole time. I had a headache for 12 days. Those were the 12 days I stopped smoking pot and drinking. There's no denying. It was withdrawal. That totally explains the whole thing. I never even thought that until somebody said, hey, maybe you're going through a little bit withdrawal. So I hadn't smoked from April 1st till, what was today, the 15th? So I basically went 12 days and I had a freaking headache the whole time. Had a couple of drinks on Saturday night and I feel better now. Took a couple of puffs on something, had a fight with my wife, confessed to my kid. I mean, I thought it was a great parenting moment. Meanwhile, apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently, I should have held on to some of this con. And so here's the dilemma. And again, now that weed is recreational, I'm going to ask this question seriously as a concerned parent. Alcohol, right? I still think alcohol is worse than smoking pot. That's my stance. I'll never stray from that. My father-in-law was a big drinker, drank himself and broke his liver. And then when he got some sort of liver disease, he couldn't fight it off because his liver was so damaged. And sadly, kind of drank himself to death. Obviously, the liver disease didn't help. You're not dying. You can't OD from smoking weed. Again, so when my kid was 13, 14, we're already giving him a beer. Here, try this. Here, you could have a beer hanging out with us outside. You want a beer? He's 14. So now he's 17. And I said, all right, we know that you've tried weed. I was like, what do you got? We had this whole thing, all his friends, and then I feel like I should be able to puff with my kid once. I'd rather him do it with me in the house than go out and do shit that he doesn't know what he's doing. And that's where we're at right now. So I'm a bad dad, bad parent, because my wife is anti-weed. But, giving him a beer at 13, that's fine. Sitting down in the backyard, having beers down the shore. He wants to crack a beer up, hang with the adults. We let him do it. It's not like we're giving him like 6-pack of beer. We give him a beer. He nurses it for an hour. But so my wife's triple pissed that I'm not mad about it at all. I'm happy that he admitted it. We got everything out. The funny was when he gave us it's not mine. He's holding it for somebody else. I was like, oh, come on, dude. You just didn't give me the it's not mine excuse. So once we got past that, I felt like I did great parenting. But apparently not. Because one thing I'm not going to do is be a hypocrite about it. I'm not going to be appalled. And, I told him straight up, you're still only 17. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. And still to this day, anybody who smokes, I mean, again, I've smoked pot, obviously. I never liked it during the day. I get a pot hangover, and I feel like I never even smoked during school. If you're going to school if you're going to high school and you're smoking in the bathroom, and you're a loser, and he knows that. You're a loser. By the way, space. What the hell's going on here? Is this a brand new company now? I mean, this is just insane. Right. My wife still thinks it's socially irresponsible to smoke pot. Only losers smoke pot. I'm like, well, tell it to the rest of the country right now. Tell it to the world. I'd rather you take a couple of hits off a bat than sit there and mix drinks. And again, even if you're mixing right now, it's worse. And then you got to worry about these other idiot kids that are taking pills and drinking. That combination you could die from. Chances are, if you smoke pot and that's what you're doing, you're probably not going to get, you still shouldn't drive, obviously, but you're not going to OD. Fucking space, damn. I can't believe this thing's going back to $20, man. Holy cow. I wish I would have got out of some of those call spreads, man. Shit. I'm not enjoying this move as much as I should be. I mean, I did sell some $7 puts for 35 cents just the other day, so I guess I'll be collecting that money. Yeah, CBD. I got a CBD gum. Actually, I think it did work. Yeah, kind of joking around about it, but yeah, if the market continues at this pace, then, all-time highs by next Friday. It's crazy. But let me get a drink. Today is a great day because even in the face of the greatest bull market of all time, which is now officially the greatest bull market of all time, let's call it that it is what it is. This has now been the greatest bull market of all time. Think about it. We had a bear market for 11 days into the greatest bull market of all time. And we still found opportunity to stick to our rules and our discipline and short some stocks. And again, for you new guys that have been waiting all this time, well, what's this earnings reversal trade you talk about that happens all the time and never fails? Right there. There they were. Congratulations. We're off to a good start. Now take all your money and buy space and INSG, and you'll get rich, right? INSG, $12 now. Stocks up 400% in 3 weeks. Wow. 19 on space now. So sick. Seriously, the best call of my entire career now is INSG at 390. I mean, it really turns out to be that's one of the best call. I mean, I love my Qs at 178. I was a day early, but INSG at 385. I don't think there's many other stocks up 400% out there. I think I nailed the one. I mean, the sick thing is that I sold the $5 puts on it for 85 cents, thinking that, yeah, it bounced off 385. You'll probably sit around $556 for a while. I'll sell some puts, collect some premium. Come to the coast. See the kids. I'll be right back. Space. Ah.
You can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth of today. You can't fool the youth. You're teaching youths to learn in school. That cow jump over. You're teaching youths to learn in school. That the fish run away with school. So you can't blame the youth when they don't learn. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth of today. You can't fool the youth. You teach the youth about Christopher Columbus, and you said he was a very great man. You teach the youth about Marco Polo, and you said he was a very great man. You teach the youth about the pirate Hawkins, and you said he was a very great man. You teach the youth about the pirate Morgan, and you said he was a very great man. So you can't blame the youth of today. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. All these great men were doing robbing, raping, kidnapping, and killing. So-called great men were doing robbing, raping, kidnapping. So you can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. None at all. You can't fool the When every Christmas comes, you buy the youth a pretty toy gun. When every Christmas comes, you buy the youth a fancy toy gun. So you can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. But what was hidden from the wise and the truth is now revealed to the babes and the succulents. What was hidden from the wise and the truth is now revealed to the babes and the succulents. Lord, call upon the youth, for know the youth is strong. Judge, call upon the youth, cause we know the youth is strong. So you can't blame the youth. You can't fool the youth. You can't blame the youth. Save the children. You can't fool the youth. Don't blame them. down, yeah, Lord. Look what Babylon a do Rasta down. Look what Babylon a do we down, yeah, Lord. Have no mercy. Basket carry water, can't you see, Lord?
It's the greatest market of all time. It really is. Yeah, I mean, the shorts are over. I mean, you conquered this market this morning, and now it's just a question of, what do we do next? Gonna go chase some space here at $19. I mean,
Nothing comes out of it. Shoot you if them don't like you, and nothing comes out of it. Shot you if them don't like you, and it goes like that. None at all, none at all. The rich man have all the talk, but the poor man got none. The rich man have the talk, but the poor man got none. The rich man have the talk, but the poor man got none.
wow, it's just relentless now. Yeah, all right. I can't sit here watching the queues go up and space go up all day now. So before I do something stupid, I'll be back. Halliburton's a 2-year play, Can't be wrecked on it. We've been in since $5-6. Halliburton would be $12.50 probably in the next 2 years. That was the whole premise. Space, I don't know. Space is like a penny stock, Yeah, those trades worked out pretty good. I mean, so we got eight more points to go on the Qs, I guess, tomorrow. The real breakdown price was 218, so I just assume we're going right back there. Crazy times, man. Uvxy options are completely obliterated now. Wow. Yeah, there's no premium on them at all. Anywhere. Sucks. So, Dan the man, if you're out there, scroll back to right at the moment when you were leaving, talking about Netflix. Now you see why I don't have to prepare. I don't really have to know what I'm doing. I don't have to speculate. I don't even have to have half a brain. I could be distracted, crying, elated, depressed, excited, whatever emotions you were going through. Earnings reversals work. Trade them. 3 for 3 today. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and then the con. 3 for 3. So if you're only trading earnings reversals, that's 3 trades, not to mention shorting the rest of the financials as JP Morgan took the whole sector down. And then it's a question of just managing your trade. Half number, whole numbers, using the VWAP and the multi-day VWAP as targets to get in or out, to cover whatever. And that's it. But you let frustration and anger and fear and every emotion that you have to, suppress. But now maybe you learn something. Do what I do. let it fester inside you, and just you're sort of in between sleep and it's in between sleeping and I don't know what's not exactly conscious, but right before you're waking up, I just hover in that time, in that weird area. I know there's going to be a trade. I know there's going to be something that comes along, and then 10 minutes later, you get 20 opportunities. And that's why I'm not about stock picks. I'm about teaching how to deal with this stuff. Picks are going to pick themselves. I mean, here they were. I mean, you're not going to find a better trade today. You think I'm happy about not owning INSG with a cost average of $4? The stock's at 12. And what do I have to show for it? I'm going to make $650 on some puts that I wrote that I'm going to have to wait for that money till July. Meanwhile, if I just would have held the stock, I'd be up. I could have paid for my kids' college education already. So I got to wait till September to collect the rest of this money. I mean, these things are still 25 by 45. It's insane. They're still, I sold the September $5 contracts. I think they were 85 cents. They're still at 25 by 45. They shouldn't even have value. This thing's not going back to $5. Crazy. Let's see if they want me. I got the Uvxy January 270s that I sold at $3.50 and $4.50. They're sitting there at 47 cents by $1.52. Chances are I'll be able to cover those. Let me see if I could get out. Put it at 90, 90, 90. What's up, traders? So that's what I'm talking about, man. This day is exactly every trader's day. You let frustration and doubt and fear take you over, and then you miss the opportunities, and then you come back later and make it even worse, because then you come back later and you think, all right, now I'm going to put some trades on to try to make that money back. Now you've been defeated today. You needed to stay in the battle the whole time, but once you were defeated, left the battlefield, and now you're going to come back, the battle's already been lost. You got to wait for a new battle, because today shouldn't have been a loss. Today should have been a victory. And you're saying, fuck this market. I can't believe it's going up. Who cares? Either we're going to be 10% lower 3 months from now, or we're going to be 20% higher. None of it matters. Trade the financial stocks rolling over and going red today. And then tomorrow we'll find something else. If space wants to blast off again, we'll trade that to the long side tomorrow. consolidates and sells off tomorrow, we'll short some of it. You're on live with the Warlock, if you don't mind, if you want to be on YouTube. What's up?
Going up, Gino.
Who's this?
Yeah, it's Anthony V.
Hey, what up, man?
Nothing. Just wanted to say hello. See how you're doing.
All right, I'll call you when I get off the air.
Oh, sure. No problem.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man. I'll see you in a bit. The thing is, with my wife, I just have to wait it out. She'll get over the fact that I don't know how to build gardens or that I'm not doing anything. You know what it is? We sit there. I went up there. Hey, why don't you guys look into some YouTube videos about gardens? Who wants to build a garden? I don't want to get dirty. I don't want my own cucumbers. Now, just like you can't force, like when my kid's sitting there on the phones, they're sitting there playing video games. At least my daughter does some schoolwork. You can't force somebody to read. You can't. You can't force somebody to read. Because what are you supposed to do? Read! You don't leave your room until you read. You can look at the book, but if you're not taking in the words, then you're really actually not reading. So you could sit there. You can't force somebody to read. You can't force somebody to do something. They need to want to do it because they want to do it. I can't force my kids to sit there and watch YouTube videos about how to build a garden because it's now it's become a chore instead of being something that we're doing together as a family. Now it's an annoyance. I'm forcing them to do that. As much as I do want a garden, and I would love to see my kids help me build the garden, but my wife thinks that I could force them into the gardening. It's not going to happen. And she doesn't want to accept that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Maybe if I started the project, maybe my kids would come out and help me a little bit. But I don't even know how to start it. I want to grow my own veggies, especially now. Oh, well, then again, sorry, Armageddon has been postponed. By the way, we only have 7 more points to go now on the Qs. So I think that we'll get there. So once we break 218 on the QQQ, we're going to all-time highs. So hold on for the ride. And what am I going to say? It's only 40 points off the lows now. It's only 30%. What's another 20% from here? And then another 100% on top of that. We're probably going to see another 100% rally in the market. And that will get us to Dow, was it 48,000 now by Friday. Wow. I don't know what to do right now. I mean, I'm not going to put money in the market. I don't know. I guess now we should just pull back because we're overbought, which is crazy to think. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and watch the market anymore today. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think my soil in the backyard is any good because we got more of that clay. It's like not growing soil. So I'd have to build the fence, get all that. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm even thinking about doing it. I need something to do right now. All right, I'm just gonna see if I could short more UVXY calls. No one's selling them to me. Be careful out there, guys. I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you. Right. On the one hand, the economy, and then of course the market's been disconnected from reality for quite some time, and now it is forever, and there is no other explanation for anything. Short a reversal when you find one, and try to make some money, and then go back to cash or INSG. Crazy. All right. Be careful out there, guys. I'll see you soon.